This podcast is brought to you by our Anime Addicts community. And if you want to support the podcast, join the community and help out the show, you can get our extra content over at patreon.com. You can get the hentai episodes, you get the hobby addicts. We love talking about some hentai. We love talking about some video games, movies. And you're going to love listening. So head over to the Patreon page to make your inflation-free contribution to the podcast. It's amazing. And with that, it's time to start the show.
Get ready! You're about to listen to the Anime Addicts Anonymous Podcast. Make your anime addiction worse at AAAPodcast.com. And now, here are your anime addicts.
Putting up the hood. It's a hood up kind of day.
Oh, I don't have any hoods. You should have told me.
Welcome back to the podcast, episode 829. And I'm your host, Mitsugi. Joining me is an orange monster. Oh, it's so... in honor of Pancake, rest her soul.
Wait a minute, the monster gets billing over me?
We're also...
Second billing?
Listen, Caroline... we always save the best for last, and the best is you.
Sure.
How are you, Caroline?
As you can see, I have just an ethereal glow about me because the sun is just beating down. I have a skylight in my room, hence the reason why it's at such a strange angle. But yeah.
Inside
that's
baseball.
The way to start the podcast.
Are you like up in the attic of your house?
No, the second floor.
Oh, okay. Because some people have like those nifty like attic bedrooms that have the slopey ceilings, and it's all like, ooh, like
it is slopey.
hidden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that you got that.
Well, welcome into all of you listening. You two are part of the show, so we appreciate you wherever you're listening from. Thanks for joining. Obviously, we're here to make your anime addiction worse. That's right. I'm addicted to a lot of things. I'm also addicted to video games, working out, Monster Energy. Crack. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. Yeah, gotcha. Right as you were drinking your coffee, I got you.
Yeah, it was quite
so
the
good.
timing.
So if you want to help out the show, you can subscribe wherever you listen. Drop us a 5-star review, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is. Drop us a review. You can also follow us live on YouTube and Twitch at 10 a.m. Eastern on Sundays. If you like the show, if you get something out of it today. Subscribe to the podcast and like the video so that you can help us grow. Of course, we are also on all the social medias, but Caroline would want you to join the Discord. So where's your Discord plug, Caroline? Let's hear it.
All right, go to Discord at AAADiscord.com. Free to join. So much fun conversations to be had with some similar anime fans. Especially at Anime Club, in which we would really love people to join. Because we have our regulars, but we really need to get some more people involved here. So you can join us every other Wednesday at 9 p.m. ET. And the next upcoming meeting is May 27th. We will be having a watch party. Sometimes we have discussions. Oftentimes they are discussions, but occasionally we'll throw in a watch party here and there. We will be doing anime shorts. So basically bring your favorite short form anime, like the ones that are 10 to 15 minute long episodes. We're going to watch a bunch of them. I already have a couple that I really want to watch. So just bring in whatever you got, and we're going to watch them together.
God,
that'll be May 27th.
For a minute there, I thought you literally meant like boxer shorts. I was like, I can go dig something out of my closet.
To each their own. But yeah, that'll be coming up soon. So exciting.
Anime boxer shorts would be such a waste, though, because you couldn't see them. It's just one of those things where you're like, I'm wearing something, but you don't know what it is. I have Sonic the Hedgehog socks. I wear those, but no one sees those either. Anyway, If you on the show today, we have a fun one, very spontaneous, thought up by none other than myself, the genius that I am. You know, indeed. Oh wow. You know, I expected. I don't know that I expected praise from you, Caroline, on that, but I
like
appreciate.
To keep you on your toes, Mitts.
Yeah, I definitely didn't. Yeah, exactly. No eye roll or anything. So we're going to be talking about our top 5 most anticipated anime of 2026, but with a twist, we're going to be trying to guess each other's top 5 most anticipated animes first. So we will see how well we know each other. Caroline and I don't know if you know this, but we've been podcasting together for quite a while. Yep.
We have.
Quite a while.
I wonder if we will, I don't know. I'm really bad at guessing exactly what people are going to gravitate to. So I hope I can get at least 1 or 2 of them. That's what I'm hoping for.
One more quick thing before we start the show. I want to give a thank you to Chris Williams, who did join us on Patreon. So very much appreciated. So again, if you guys want to support on Patreon like Chris Williams did, head over to patreon.com/AAAPodcast. You help the show tremendously. So, and with that, let's get to the big news of the week.
大ニュースです。It's time for big news of the week.
I forgot to mention, we're also going to review Fate Strange Fake later on in the show, and might have some opinions on that you don't expect. So, whoa. So, first of all, Anime 9 is back up. So I wrote LOLs on the document because, come on, like they shut it down. They were like, "Oh, we shut down Anime 9," which is like one of the biggest.
9 anime?
9 anime, whatever. One of the biggest piracy anime sites on the internet was down for like 2 whole weeks. Now it's back up.
Well, we're like cockroaches, these anime sites.
Well, shit, they're charging like $21 a month now for Netflix, so it's like, I don't know. Eventually, people are just going to have no choice than to do that.
And Netflix is really irking me right now because, okay, reminder, people, I still live with my parents. I know. I shouldn't be, but whatever. Anyway, I live with my parents. They pay for the Netflix. We live in the same house. So tell me, why do I have to keep on signing into this Netflix, asking my parents to give me the sign-in code every single time I try to get on my computer or my phone? We're in the same house.
That's fucking weird. Like, we connect to Netflix downstairs on the PlayStation 5, and I can start it upstairs on, like, the Amazon TV, like, very easily. So, I don't know. That's weird.
Like, it's not every time, but it's every few weeks, and it's very irksome when I'm trying to watch Breaking Bad on the Stairmaster, and I'm almost finished with the freaking show, but Netflix is keeping me from finishing it.
Also, I don't think it's weird that you live with your parents at all, and people listening to this are probably agreeing. I mean, like, it might have been weird, like, 15 years ago, but, like, with how ridiculous everything costs now, I think people just don't have any choice a lot of the time. So I don't think it's weird.
Like, I have enough saved where I could feasibly move out. It's just, why? When I can save even more by putting up with it for
yeah, as long as your parents like having you. I mean, anyway, so getting back on topic here. So the real big news of the week is that Dragon Ball was dethroned in an official 2026 report by Toei Animation. So I thought I would, it could be a short-lived defeat, but we'll see. So Toei Animation, one of the wealthiest, if not the wealthiest, anime studio in the world. You were thinking, oh, Toei Animation, how can that? Listen, Toei Animation is making an obscene amount of money per year, and we're going to get into that. So, but One Piece has officially taken over Dragon Ball to become the studio's highest earning property. So maybe that's a surprise to you, maybe it isn't, but One Piece earned the company $175 million last year alone, which is, I mean, people thinking like some of these anime studios, they're probably not even making like $5 million a year. And here you go. Here Toei Animation's making almost $200 million off of just one show. They made $131 million off of Dragon Ball. So One Piece doing rather well. It's probably partially due to the Netflix stuff. They probably got some licensing or something. But followed by Digimon, Pretty Cure, Saint Seiya, and Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon only bringing in $4 million. Wow.
Aww.
Yeah, to give people an idea, not that popular. But yeah,
well, I kind of wonder, how much of this is coming from merchandising? I feel like One Piece is like the fashionable thing around these days when it comes to anime merch.
It's a lot of it, and in fact, you can look up like the top selling franchises of all time online, just in general, like including things like Pokemon, Batman, whatever, and they'll break it down. It'll break it down for you by like the income source, like is it merchandising, is it a video game, whatever. And merchandise is huge. You're definitely right about that. Anyway, so Toei Animation's doing great. They're making like $350 million a year plus, but One Piece is now the king, which I'm not surprised about. Like, come on, Toriyama died for one thing. Dragon Ball hasn't had any like substantial new content other than Daima, which was bad, in quite a long time now, like 10 years or something. And it's also old. Like people forget Dragon Ball's from like the 80s. So it is not. It's
and then
not
going
new.
back to, I feel like because Dragon Ball has also been such a huge thing for so long, seeing a shiny new thing, it's hard to really continue the same amount of interest in something when it's been so big for so long. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, even I'm kind of like whatever on Dragon Ball right now. Like I'll play a video game occasionally, but I thought Daima was bad. One Piece also overtook Dragon Ball in overseas licensing. So, looks like they did about 80 million overseas versus 63 million versus 45 million for Dragon Ball. So it's I'm reading that wrong. Almost 80 million overseas versus 70 million from Dragon Ball. So also bigger overseas. So the article does note that while Dragon Ball lost its top spot, the future it may not last long. Because there is a series return for Dragon Ball Super Beerus, which is coming out pretty much this year. I think it's next season, which is going to be a remake of the 2025 adaptation of Dragon Ball Super, which was really awful. So it's, at least by animation standards. So hopefully that's going to clean that up. And they're also going to be doing an entire new Dragon Ball series called Dragon Ball Super: The Galactic Patrol, which I am excited for, and rightfully they're calling it highly anticipated adaptation of the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc, which I am very excited for. So there's a lot of Dragon Ball coming. It's probably never going to stop coming because, let's be honest, Toei Animation has shareholders and they can't let Dragon Ball die because it's half their income. So, although they let Toriyama die.
They did.
These bastards.
They let.
How could they?
All right.
So anyway,
yeah.
So a little...
In terms of anything else, nothing else really interesting in the news for me. Like, I could not find anything. So, just leaving that there.
All right, well, we made the best of it. But we got a fun game to play. So, our top 5 most anticipated anime... Oh, I got a game stripper. There it is. It's time for the guessing game. How badly will Mitsuki suck at being a girl and predicting Caroline's picks?
Oh, and how badly will Caroline understand the mindset of boys?
Will Caroline be able to delve into the incel mind and name ecchi shows? Find out.
I'll do my very best.
Find out
also
on this
be careful,
game show.
Sorry, I stepped on your introduction. Just be careful going over any of my blacked out answers because I did link everything for easy access. So you'll probably see a link if you hover over them.
Why'd you black them out? Why not white them out? What are you trying to say, Caroline?
Oh, shut up, Mitsuki.
I'm just being stupid. All right, so here's what we're gonna do on this game. I am going to try to guess Caroline's most anticipated 5 anime, so I'll go first. And if I can guess any of them, Caroline is going to reveal them and discuss them and why you're interested, of course. And then at the end, anything that I can't guess, we'll just run through them. Sound good?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So my first pick. Okay, I'm gonna put the screen. I'm gonna put the screen share up here for people. Let's see if I can do this. I'm very bad at this. All right. My first pick for Caroline is Apothecary Diary Season 3. Come on. It's low-hanging fruit.
Why on earth would you think that was at the top of... yes, it was at the top of my list. Of course it was.
Yeah, because it's the... I don't know. It's the ultimate girl boss anime. I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it, but... Come on, it's Mao. She's so cool.
I do love her. I'm actually starting to read the light novels too, because frankly, even though how much I love the Apothecary Diaries, it's freaking confusing. There are too many characters with too many secrets and secret identities, and they have, a hand in this situation, and that situation was connected to this situation, and I'm like, I can't remember. So at this point, I am reading the light novels. Yeah, and I'm excited for season 3. Coming out in the fall, and we have several other things coming out. We got a movie, we got a second part to season 3.
Oh my god.
So many things to look forward to in the Apothecary Diaries universe.
But season 3 part 2, when does that come out? Next year.
Winter,
so that's not part of this. No, it's spring.
No, but it's like, still upcoming.
God, this show's got a lot of episodes.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Well, that was low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it really was.
So I'll go ahead and just, man, my mouse is just skipping all over the screen. This is weird. What a piece of shit. I swear to God, I have so many mouses, and I feel like none of them fucking work. It's so frustrating. All right.
I believe the plural is Mises.
I hate these Mises to pieces. All right. Second pick, here it comes. What is it going to be? World is Dancing. The World is Dancing.
It is not on my list.
Oh, come on.
In fact, if it's what I remember seeing when I was going through the Mal lists, if it's what I remember it being, it seemed really stupid.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, this show, The World is Dancing, in 1374, the turbulent age of courts, wherever the hell the court's located, Yoshimitsu was becoming an increasingly dominating force. What the hell is this show even fucking about? Curious, sensitive, and strikingly beautiful, the boy meets people, laughs, cries, confronts his own weaknesses, slowly begins to shape a new form of dance for a world steeped in impermanence. Drama by Studio Cryptic. Okay, so that's not on your list.
No, I did look at it, and I'm like, could it be something? But then I read it, and I'm like, this synopsis is just not it.
Damn, look at these Komugi eyebrows. Look at this. It's crazy.
I know. Those eyebrows are very striking.
Fucking nuts. All right. Looks like some Rock Lee eyebrows on this girl. Okay, so The World is Dancing is not on your list, so I feel bad about that. Next. Sayonara Laura. The original anime inspired by The Little Mermaid follows the story of a mermaid who wishes to be loved by a human, but is reincarnated 200 years later in Lake Biwa in modern-day Japan. Caroline, is it on your list?
It was so close to being the top 5. Originally it was, and then I rearranged some things. It is now my top 6 choice.
Oh, God.
But you were so close, and I'm very proud.
God. It's so okay. But
I probably will have it on my list sometime.
God, it's so Caroline, though. Look at this.
I know, right? But also look at it. Isn't it so pretty?
It really does have like a 90s Utena flair to it, or like, it just looks like Utena, or maybe like Nadia, The Secret of Blue Water, like one of these. Yeah, it definitely has. Yeah. Oh man, that's got to be Ariel, right? Is that the Little Mermaid right there? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just a retelling of the Little Mermaid.
Is her name Ariel?
No, it's Laura.
Okay. Oh man, my confidence is shaken. I gotta say, it's not going well. Oh, come on!
It could have been a coin flip because
but that
the top 5 are like, I don't know if it's gonna be good or not, so it's kind of hard to just keep it into the top 5.
We're gonna let our chat try to do a couple picks because I'm doing so badly. So the next pick is Hotaru no Yumeiri. What is this in English? Firefly Wedding. Satoko, the eldest daughter of the Honorable Kirigaya family, has received many marriage proposals from men that are captivated by her beauty. However, she has turned them all down due to her secret heart defect. Despite her condition, Satoko is still willing to find a husband and ease her beloved father's concerns. Caroline, is this Show Me Potato Salad?
Yeah. That's what I rearranged. That ended up being my number 5 instead of Laura.
Amazing.
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 Yeah. And I was not sure where I was going to put this because it's definitely one of those romances where it's almost entirely made up of red flags. Because you didn't even get to the part in the synopsis where she basically gets kidnapped and is going to be executed by this guy. And she says, but let's get married just to keep herself alive. And he's like, I'll keep you safe. And I'm like, oh, God, what is this going to turn out to be?
Oh, that's like... What do they call that when you fall in love with your captor or whatever?
Stockholm Syndrome. But
yes.
It might turn out to be Stockholm Syndrome at some point in this anime, but at least in the beginning, it's just a way for her to keep him from killing her. So
what a beautiful anime character. Look at this chick.
I know,
wow.
She's so pretty.
She's so pretty. Wow. Even when she's like covered in dirt and her hair's all fucked up, she still looks really beautiful. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
so
right.
It's one of those things where I'm so curious about it. It's going on my list, even though it is a very red flag filled romance kind of show.
And it's David Productions, so it did look quite beautiful. So I love the firefly motif and just about anything. Mm-hmm. Whoa, look at this picture. Jeez, guys,
which
like
one?
The one I have on screen. The guy's like covered in blood and
because he's like an assassin.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's blood in this picture. Stay away from her.
You could say he's constantly covered in blood.
But why would he be near this chick in her white kimono if he's got blood all over him? Bro.
Because he thinks that she loves him. So, of course.
All right. So I got 2. I got one more pick here.
All right. Show me potato salad.
I don't even remember what it is. Uh-oh. Tensei shita daiseijo wa seijo de aru koto no hitakakusu, or the tale of the secret saint. Fia was always dreaming of becoming a knight. Born into a family of knights, she's the least talented among them, but she still clutches to her hope and trains with everything she has. Blah, 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 I don't know, deadly injury, makes her flash before her eyes. Now that the magic from her previous life has been rekindled, I guess she finds her magic, she may become even more powerful knight than she ever dreamed of, if only she can survive. Caroline, come on, girl boss wants to be a knight. Is it on your list?
It is not on my list.
Oh, God.
It just looked too basic, you know?
Oh, man.
So while I thought about it for maybe a second, I was not really all that interested.
Oh, man. It gave villainous vibes big time, somehow. So I was like, okay.
I do believe that there is a villainous... Well, on in the expanded part of my list, because, again, I couldn't easily just keep it to the top 5, so I ended up making it a little bit longer in my notes. I did have a villainess on, I think it was like my number 8 ick. But yeah, unfortunately, not correct. So shall I reveal what was actually on my list?
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay, so as you mentioned before, Hotaru no Yumeri is my number 5. Reincarnated as a Sword, Season 2, my number 4.
Oh!
Jadugar, a witch in Mongolia.
What?
Seems kind of interesting. So I put that at my number 3. I think it's
I almost picked this. Fuck.
Spoiler.
Spoiler for what?
Spoiler for your list. And number 2,
not,
you and
not
I
for
are
my
polar opposite, Season 2.
Not for my list. I almost picked it for your list because, I don't know. I just had a feeling, but I didn't because I am bad at this.
No, you did actually pretty well.
So why are you in favor of A Witch in Mongolia? What is it about that one that gets you?
I don't know. I mean, it certainly looks very different from anything else. What is it? It's Science Saru, obviously. I don't know. So it's a different art style. It's a different type of place, being Mongolia. I don't know. It is kind of random because I don't really know much about it, but I think it could be good, basically. It's just my interpretation of this.
It's got a weird, intentionally unique sort of art style.
Yeah, very blobby.
It reminds me of like old cartoons from like the 70s or something. So, Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Reincarnated as a Sword. Why did you pick that one? That doesn't
Well,
seem like
remember-
a Caroline pick.
I don't know, because it seemed like we all really liked that show when it came out, the first season. And that was a long time ago, so I am excited that it's finally coming out with a season 2, and we can get into it. I don't really know what's going to happen in the second season, but it's just one of those things where it's been so long since the first season that you're looking forward to it.
Okay.
And,
and the
you
last
and I are
one.
polar opposites. Season 2, I have only watched the first few episodes of season 1 because we are going to be doing the review of season 1 in a couple weeks. Actually, I think around this time in June. It's just that what I have seen of season 1, I'm already excited for season 2. So.
Okay. I haven't watched this, but I'm also not surprised about that. Okay, Caroline. Here is your
All right.
time. So now Caroline's going to try to pick my 5, and I will reveal them.
I am a little nervous. I'm not going to get these
Why
right.
are you
but...
nervous? Oh, come on.
Okay. First up, Yanni Neko. All right, pulling up the description. Yanni is a cat girl with a seriously bad smoking habit. She smokes so much that her apartment smells like ash and is littered with cigarette butts and plenty of other trash. Every time she tries to quit, she becomes weak to the cravings and gives in almost instantly. Will she ever get her life together, or is she doomed to live as a chain-smoking slob forever?
All right. Is it on my list? That's what really matters. The answer is... No, it's not.
Oh, but it sounds perfect for you.
So, the fetishist in me was like, all cat girl cast? And then I watched the trailer, which I'm going to put up right now, and I was like, this cat girl is not, like, of the, like, cute variety. This is like, look at this girl. She's living in, like, a condemned building, and she just smokes cigarettes all the time. I don't know. It just looked... Well, first of all, the lack of cute / sex appeal of the cat girls combined with just, like, constant smoking was just, like, really a turnoff, and I was like, nah. And, yes, my entire motivation for this was fan service-based. So I was like, I'm not getting any fan service out of this. I don't know. Probably not going to watch it.
I didn't actually watch the PV, so I didn't know for sure.
Well, if I hadn't watched the PV, I would have had a better shot at picking it, but ultimately, no. All right. Well, don't get discouraged.
Aw. Okay. Next up.
What's it going to be?
Aoashi Season 2.
Now, what makes you think I would want to watch that?
Because that was the last time I saw you have joy, was when we were talking about Aoashi Season 1.
All right. Well, is it on my list?
Is it?
All right. I must reveal Aoashi is number 2 on my list. So congratulations. You're very skilled. Yeah, because Aoashi, we've been waiting quite a long time, first of all, which is total fucking bullshit for a shonen sports anime. So we've been waiting 4 fucking years for this. I mean, shit like Blue Lock, which in my opinion wasn't nearly as good. I feel like it got more content way quicker. I just don't understand it. TMS Entertainment is doing the animation for it, which I think is the same as the first season. I mean, I thought this was a fairly... No, it's different. It was Production IG before. So we've had a studio change, so maybe that is responsible for the delay. But obviously, I mean, I checked the whole second half of 2026, and there's literally like 2 sports anime that are coming out, and one of them is like some strange like little 5-year-old girl show. I'm like, this is weird. And then you have like Aoashi. It's pretty much like all else there is, and Blue Box. But I'm like, other than those, it's like, yeah, so I had to take it. At this point, I'm just desperate for sports shows. I would literally take anything almost. All right, what else you got?
Okay. I thought maybe you would also be excited to see Reincarnated as a Sword Season 2.
Psh, come on. Trash. Actually,
See, it's easy with the sequels.
Reincarnated as a Sword is my most anticipated anime, period. right now, not just of the second half of the year. The girl, and this is a much cuter cat girl than the fucking smoking cigarette show. And this, Reincarnated as a Sword, is one of those anime that I knew pretty much nothing about coming into it. And when I watched it, I was so utterly blown away by how awesome the action scenes were. I'm going to have to rewatch it with Pancake because she hasn't seen season 1. And I recall, like, in episode 5 or 6, she gets into a fight with, like, some epic level demon. And there's the most awesomely depicted fight scene out of fucking nowhere. And it's just purely awesome. I don't know. And like you would think, oh, he reincarnated as a sword. That's so stupid. What will it be next? But like it makes sense. Like it's weird. Like and
it's such a nice like fatherly brotherly relationship between a sword and a girl.
Yeah, and there's lots of sentient weapons and like fantasy stuff. So why not this one? I mean, plus she's riding it like a fucking like some shit out of Eureka 7 or something on the cover of the thing here, because the sword can levitate, so she's gonna ride on it like a surfboard, like Silver Surfer or something. I don't know. It's totally awesome. All right, but the question, those were kind of easy though. I mean, yeah. I've talked about those a bunch. So Caroline, the question is, can you get another one of my shows?
I don't know. I kind of doubt it. Some of these, the last couple of ones, I actually can't really remember which one this next one is. So you have to give me a second.
Are we just gonna tie for the rest of these?
We'll see. And the last one I have, which we'll get to, that was a shot in the dark, and I kind of don't think it's going to be right, but anyway. I think you might have Ushiro no Shoumen Kamui-san on your list. Translated to Kamui-san in the back.
Oh, it's an erotica. Nice.
I mean, I had to figure out something. The synopsis is, Shizuka is a normal high school girl with the ability to see ghosts. Due to her peculiar tendency to attract ghosts, she works as an assistant to Kamui, a famous psychic. Kamui takes pride in his top-notch psychic abilities, but the way he exercises ghosts is rather unusual. That's all that synopsis says. And there are no other hints on what that could possibly mean in the PV. So this is all just based on the fact that in the promotional art, she's getting her clothes ripped apart by ghosts.
Oh, there we go. I found some of the fan service in the trailer. Yeah, well, this isn't the first time we've had ghost sex in hentai. So, just so you guys know. And there are... You know, if I had to make a guess, I would say that she's going to offer her body to sacrifice the dying wishes of a bunch of old men ghosts. And when they get to lay this... I don't know, how old does this girl look? There's only really one shot of her in the whole trailer.
She's high school girl, so...
So she's this massive, titted high school girl. So, yeah, so some, like, 70-year-old ghost old man is definitely going to want to lay this D-cup high school girl. And then when he does, he'll feel satisfied with his life, and he'll be able to pass on.
I'm just curious about what these rather unusual ways he exercises ghosts is.
I just told you. They're all going to be incels, and they're going to be like, oh, I'm so angry because I couldn't get laid my whole life. And then this, like, hot, blue-eyed, big-breasted high school girl is going to come along, have sex with these ghosts, and they're going to be like, oh, finally, I know the touch of a woman. And then they're all going to be able to live in peace, and that's how they'll pass on. Come on.
I take it this is not on your list?
No, it's not, but I'm definitely going to check it out. I didn't see this. It could have been. But I didn't know that. I didn't like search for erotica, and maybe I should. Maybe we should do that real quick.
Come
on.
Do we have to?
Yeah, we do. So I'm going to go here. We're going to do hentai and erotica. We're just going to see what comes up. Nothing from that season. What the fuck? Caroline, you got me all like, there's nothing from this season. All right, wait a second here.
Yeah, I tried to fiddle with the filters on Mal myself, and I was kind of confused as to why it was not really working as it should have.
The other one is, what the hell is this in English? My classmate's a sexy actress. Now we live together. She notices while watching porn one day that his college classmate Ruka is starring in the video he is watching. When Ryosuke privately asks Ruka about it, she tells him that she will have sex with him if he doesn't tell anyone. Wow. That is...
You see, I saw this when I was figuring out your list. I don't know why I didn't put on your list in the first place.
I don't know. It doesn't even have a trailer.
Yeah, maybe that was why.
Yeah.
Oops. I just
Anyway,
slammed my coffee onto the table. Sorry about that.
All right. Well, you got one more guess here. Otherwise, we're just going to be lame and tie. Jeez.
I don't know. I really don't know about this one. This was kind of like, I have a fifth spot I need to fill here. So let's see. This one is reborn as a space mercenary.
Oh, come on.
I woke up piloting the strongest starship.
Another fucking isekai, but it's outer space now?
No. Okay.
Look at these
I already
hot
told you
fucking
I wasn't
girls.
sure about this one.
I'm
All right,
sure
here's
about
the
it.
synopsis. Sato's Takahiro was an ordinary office worker and hobbyist gamer until the day he woke up on a spaceship, one that strangely resembled a craft from a favorite space shooter game, with a decked-out ship, a crew full of babes,
Yeah.
and a fantastic universe to
Yes.
explore. He's going to make the most out of his good luck and create the life he's always dreamed of. That was the one line that I'm like, okay, there's a possibility. Was the crew full of babes. So I put that on the list for you.
I will say they are very, rather babelicious. Yeah, there's a whole bunch. There's at least 3 of them. And they're all on the cover. So, yeah, I mean, I can definitely get this. So this is giving off vibes of How Not to Summon a Demon Lord. Because you've got, like, the one little... You have, like, an elf chick and then some random other girl. And one of them's got big boobs and one has tiny boobs. And that way everybody gets what they want. And... their legs and body are the same, so as if the boobs is all that matters. Well,
I'm not surprised.
It's not on my list, Caroline, but I will say that I am interested in this. So, I will be remembering this when we do our fall picks, and I'm going to remember the other show too. So, all right. Well, now the question is, what are my picks? Jobless Reincarnation Season 3. Come on. Okay,
I thought you lost interest in it.
No, the show is so great. It's so fucking good. Oh my god. Especially if this means that What's Her Face is coming back. So the cover's got Eris on it, who had sex with. Are you current on this?
No, I watched only season 1, but I do remember that they had sex and then she left, and
She
I don't know if she
ghosted
came
him?
back in season 2. Yeah,
She dropped him like a bad habit in the middle of the night. Yeah.
and cut off all her hair.
Yeah. Well, he's got 2 wives now at the end of the next season. So,
Yeah, doesn't he have a baby? So,
He does
or
have
is
a-
that not yet?
No, he does have a baby. So he has a baby with Sylphie, who's like a character from earlier in the show that you
Yeah.
might have remembered. And then like
Yeah, the childhood friend.
Yep. And then they have a baby, and then she's like great. She's like such a sweet girl. And then they go on. He's such trash, honestly. Like it's so nuts. And then like he goes off on this mission. This is spoilers. Maybe I shouldn't.
No, unless you're worried about everybody else listening. That's
All right, spoilers for Jobless Reincarnation season 2 for like the next 1 minute. You've been warned. Don't complain about it. So, and then he goes on this mission to try to save his mother, and he finds who's the fucking girl that he like carries her panties around with him?
Roxy?
Shit. Roxy, thank you. Roxy ends up in the dungeon, and he finds her, and he ends up saving her life, and then she has the hots for him, and then he brings her back with him, and he's like, "Oh, Sophie, by the way, I'm also going to get married to Roxy, and you're just going to deal with it."
This is my old flame.
Yeah, and you're going to deal with it. So now they're all living together in like this, what is the word? Polycube or whatever. So, I don't know. I just feel bad for Sylphie. She got it so bad. She like had his baby. She's so nice, and he leaves, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, you're not good enough. I need to have 2 women." It's so fucking bad. But anyway, it's still a good show though, ultimately. So, all right, man. All right, you and I tied. That is just so lame. I hate ties.
No, it's not.
Okay, the next one is Tank Chair. This one came out of nowhere.
I was thinking about this. I almost put it on the list.
Well, you
but
didn't.
There wasn't a lot there for me to like be sure that like this is something that you might be interested in.
Well, there's only two reasons why I picked this. One is that Polygon Pictures is doing it, which I like that studio. They have done mostly good stuff. I enjoyed Ajin quite a bit. That was a good show. Also, I believe that Raggedy Doctor was like, this is going to be awesome. So I think he's probably read the manga. There is, the web manga. So I think he knows something I don't know. So Tank Chair, that's coming out in the fall. And then the last pick, are you ready to handle this shit?
I don't know if I can.
See, I thought you had it because on our document, the length of the Reborn as a Mercenary and the length of my last pick were about the same. And I'm like, okay, it's got about the same amount of text. This definitely could be it. But you were wrong. I'm going to give it another try. Moho Shoujo Lyrical Nanoha Exceeds Gunblaze Vengeance. All right. So.
Wow.
Yep. So Magical Lyrical Nanoha is a magical girl series that I liked a long time ago when I wasn't so jaded and old and hairy. I think the older I get, the like hairier I become. I don't know. It's probably TMI.
Except on your head.
Except for my head, yeah. It's TMI for you, but some of the male listeners will relate. Like, oh yeah, yeah. Anyway, so Lyrical Nanoha is, for the first 2 seasons, was pretty fucking awesome. We're talking about like these magical girls that have these weapons that are sentient, and the weapons transform, and there's really awesome action, and they can fly, and it's just, especially Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha S was like really good. They don't even have this listed as like a sequel, but it definitely is. So how long has it been since we've had? I remember the last Nanoha that came out so the one that's really good is Nanoha A's, and that came out in 2005. And then the one that was terrible was Vivid. When the fuck did Vivid come out? They don't even have it listed. See, I thought Vivid pretty much killed this whole franchise. Came out in 2015, and like, look at the main character from Vivid. She's so annoying. I just want to smash her face. Look at her. With her dual-colored eyes. I just want to like take a cinder block and just crush her head with it. Anyway, but like, yeah, she's age 6, and she's fucking the star of this anime. So Vivid was terrible. And now Exceeds is coming out, and I checked it. I said, is Vivio in this fucking cast? Because if the girl from Vivid is in this, it's gonna be awful. But she's not. It's Fate Testarossa and Nanoha Takamachi, which is what it's supposed to be. Now, does it have a good chance of being fucking terrible? Yes, it does. So I'm gonna take a look at the trailer here, which I didn't watch. But I mean, if all else is like normal, it's gonna be magical girls at war basically, and it should be cool. Although this trailer doesn't look very good, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know much about the franchise, so it wasn't on my radar for you.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard about it, but I only to the point where it's like, oh, the name kind of sounds familiar, and nothing else.
That's fair. That was going to be a tough one. Oh, wow, we still got these like porn things filtered here. Let's undo the porn. And I just want to say that I find it offensive that my anime list defaults the filters to remove the ecchi stuff. Like, come on. It's who's to say that one person's art is better than another person's art? Hentai. It's called art. It's just like that. So the other show I was looking at was this Black Torch show.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too.
It has like font and a title that reminds me of Black Lagoon, which is gives very Black Lagoon vibes. I know I know it's not going to be like that at all, but it just like the promo art of it and the style. Wow. Well, Caroline, we really don't know each other that well, do we?
Actually, I think we did pretty well. It's kind of hard. The fact that we both got like 2 correct when there are hundreds of anime in a season I think that's pretty good. But just quickly, here are some of the things that I had in my extended list. I had Goodbye Laura, as you mentioned. Hashtag zombie sagashitemasu. Though I am an inept villainess, Buchigire Reijo wa Hofuku wo chikaimashita. Madosho no chikara de Sakoku wo Takakitsu Bushimasu. And Behind the Supermarket, Smoking with You.
What is it with all these smoking anime?
I don't know.
Like-
that one was kind of like an early ad. I don't know if I'll actually keep it on a list for impressions, but just because it was a romance with adult characters.
I thought cigarette smoking was trending down, like, big time. Let's see here. Yeah. Cigarette smoking is trending down amongst all ages. Let's see here. If you are... Yeah. I mean... The highest smoking group is 40%. And most groups are like under 30. I don't know. Yeah. A new global WHO report shows the number of tobacco users has dropped, and to the point where only like 1 in 5 adults are still smoking. So that's not a whole lot, but okay. I guess in Japan they still smoke quite a bit.
When I was on my trip to Portugal, literally everybody in Europe smokes. It's crazy. They don't even care where. They'll just smoke.
Well, that is very unfortunate because it smells very bad. Okay. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, that was good. And maybe the others can do a similar type of list.
And it wasn't a super long topic either, so making good time here. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to read the in-show trivia question?
Would you like to read it or shall I?
I can do it. In the Holy Grail War in Fate's Strange Fake, it's actually just a copy of which previous war? Wow.
Oh yeah, I did not phrase that very well, I don't think.
You didn't, but that's okay. We
okay,
got through
you
it.
could have been like, it's okay, Caroline, it's no big deal.
You know what? It's
no,
okay,
you
Caroline.
didn't.
It's no big deal. It's no big deal. All right. When we come back, we'll have the answer to that. We got a mailbag for you, and then we're going to talk about Fate's Strange Fake. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Anime Addicts, it's this time of the week again where I regale you with your anime news. Starting off with Kyoto Animation because everybody loves KyoAni because it's probably got the best animation outside of Ghibli. So, has announced a new movie adaptation of John Terracine's Ume ga Hashiru End Roll, The Credits Roll into the Sea, which is a manga. They announced this pretty much this past week. It's going to be coming into theaters in 2027. Directed by Taichi Ishidate, who worked on Violet Evergarden and City the Animation, and at KyoAni. And Shochiru is going to be distributing the movie. Now, Terracine serialized the slice of life manga in Mystery Bonita magazine for 5 years, from 2020 to 2025, and it's got 10 volumes out if you want to check that out. But it's about Umiko, a 65-year-old widow who decides to pay a visit to the cinema like she did when she was with her husband on their first date. However, instead of focusing on the movie, her gaze is fixed upon the audience and one young-looking person in particular. So it looks like a thoughtful movie, seems like something Mason might like. So if you're a fan of this type of content in KyoAni, check it out, coming out in 2027. Next up, Yuji Ono, the music composer of Lupin III, has died at age 84, which is just devastating for the industry, really. I mean, for fans of the music. So acclaimed jazz pianist and composer who scored the Lupin III series has passed away. His agency made this announcement expressing the gratitude for the fans and the families, and just a sad thing that has happened. The guy looks really sharp in this photo that they posted on this news article. He just looks dapper as hell. So it looks like this was also confirmed by Billboard Live Tokyo. So he began recording his career in versatile jazz back in 1966, and in the mid-1970s, he did work on Lupin III. So we are sad to see him go, but had a great career. Next up, another great career that we're sad to see go. The voice actress Stephanie Nadolny is incarcerated for DUI and theft. Who is Stephanie Nadolny? Well, she pretty much played the prominent voices in Dragon Ball in the early years, including Kid Goku in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball GT, as well as Kid and Teen Gohan in Dragon Ball Z. And she was also in Dragon Ball Daima. I believe she also played grown-up Gohan, although I could be wrong about that, in Dragon Ball Z. So a whole lot of Gohan and Goku credits. Stephanie Nadolny getting arrested for driving intoxicated and for theft with property value under $2,500. If there was more news, like details about this, it could be worth a bigger conversation just because it's so funny, sort of, and just sad. But there really isn't that much to cover, so I'll leave you with that for now. Next up in the news, a 27-year-old man has been arrested for threatening to blow up the Nintendo headquarters in Japan. Holy shit. Someone is pissed about the price of the new Switch. So he reportedly sent letters saying, quote, "I'm going to blow you all up," and that, quote, "multiple bombs have been planted." And of course, this man, as when you post things on the internet, they tend to be able to find you and they will arrest you, as they say. So he was arrested, and you can't threaten to blow up things. It's not good. This is Mitsuki, and this was your anime news break. And now, time to get back to the podcast. You've been working hard at your job and you're driving home late. It's dark outside and your eyes are so very tired. I know, work is hard. But fear not, you have your podcast to listen to. Oh, what's that? You're all out of podcasts? Well, then on your way home, you'll probably accidentally catch a few seconds of shut-eye, drift off, and play the role of Truck Coon, sending some hapless person to an isekai world. Sounds fine, maybe, but they'll probably land butt naked in some town square and be ridiculed and harassed into a life of sadness and poverty. If only you had the AAA Podcast extra content to listen to, we would have entertained you all the way to the safety of your home with our hentai episodes, our after parties, and our Hobby Addicts episodes. After all, who doesn't like to party? And what would keep you more entertained than talk of your favorite video games, TV series, and of course, anime boobies? Don't be a truck coon. Head over to AAAPodcast.com/join, or maybe you'll go to Patreon.com/AAAPodcast and support the show today. Again, that's AAAPodcast.com/join or Patreon.
And now, great moments in Anime Addicts Anonymous history.
Joseph Joestar is so fucking jacked. He's on insane amounts of TRT. I mean, he has been juicing. I mean, forget Big Papa Pump, forget Hogan, all these fucking wrestlers. Joseph Joestar is jacked. He's been juicing. You could literally lift that rock off of Caesar.
That's probably why his mental capacity took a dive later in life.
He just couldn't get over the guilt.
Yeah, maybe.
Joseph's just like, you know what? He's such a great friend that I'm going to pound on the top of this rock with this headband because I'm just so distressed. But, you know, I could easily lift this rock off of him and give him a proper burial, but fuck it. He's good where he is.
He could sense the life force.
His mom doesn't care. She doesn't need to have a gravestone to visit. You know, the children will not come crying. That, you know, people will not weep in the streets. We'll just leave him there. Fuck it. Rip JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. We will never get the stupid JoJo anime that everybody wants. And you know what? I would say it's okay, but it really isn't.
You preach. Preach it.
All right, you're on notice, Netflix. You know, I went through my credit card the other day, and I everything's AI now, so I go on Bank of America, and I'm like, okay. He goes, would you like to have the AI assistant scan your credit card statement for subscriptions? And I say, okay, sure. let's see what's on here. And I'm like, okay, I pretty much knew everything that was on there, which is good. People should know what they're paying, but what they're spending money on. But Netflix came up, $21.40, and I'm like, holy fuck! When did that happen? I'm
They
like,
just keep
holy
on
shit!
incrementally increasing it every couple months. It seems like,
Yeah,
and it'll never go down. It'll only go up. I don't like it.
Yeah, and Crunchyroll was like $14.50. And like half the time, the Crunchyroll app just crashes whenever I open it. So I don't know. It's like, it doesn't work very well.
Me personally, I don't typically have that many issues with Crunchyroll. And because of how much I use it, it's probably worth the price for me, even though not too long ago, it used to be so much cheaper.
Well, you know, I signed up for Peacock so I could watch March Madness. And then when I tried to cancel Peacock, they go, well, what if we let you keep it for like 6 months for only $3 a month? And I'm thinking, well, $3 a month, that's not a whole lot. But I still have a sticky note here in front of me to cancel Peacock at the end of the month because I'm not going to pay for that shit. $3 or not. All right. Y'all feel my pain. It's time for mailbags.
It's time
wait,
for
we
an
haven't even answered
almighty
the trivia
anime
question.
Oh,
mailbag.
son of a bitch, Caroline.
Anime. Anime.
Mailbag. So what they don't tell you is when you get old, you get hairy. And you also get dumb. So you get dumb. That's what happens. So the in-show trivia question, I need like, man, I fucked this up so bad. The in-show trivia question was,
Or are we just restarting?
the
Should
Holy
we go all the way
Grail.
back to the news break?
The Holy, welcome back to the podcast. When we left you, we had an in-show trivia question for you. I know melody. All right, the Holy Grail War in Fate Strange Fake is actually just a copy of which previous war? The third Holy Grail War. Wow, so exciting.
Indeed.
All right.
Very.
Okay. All right. Now it's time for that mailbag. All right. Written by Prosomo. If you want to leave a mailbag, AAAPodcast.com/mailbag. God damn it. Go write a fucking mailbag right now.
Please.
I'm talking without releasing my clenched jaw because I'm angry. Get over there and do it. AAAPodcast.com/mailbag. Just write a mailbag. Say, you know what? Mitsuki sucks. And you know what? I bet he's got a tiny pee-pee and all this stuff. You could just do it. I'll read it. I don't give a fuck. All right. Is there a moment in anime that no matter how many times you think about it, it is funny? I have two examples that I'm referring to. Okay, well, I can tell you right now, I won't agree with you because I think anime mostly is not funny. In Baka and Test, Hideyoshi's infinite food glitch with the infinite ramen by cutting it in half over and over again, and then him saying, that would make me a genius. Do you have any idea what he's talking about?
No. Unfortunately, when we explain comedy, it does not end up being funny or make sense.
Yes. That's why everyone always says, well, you kind of had to be there. Sorry,
Yeah.
Prosomo, you kind of had to be there. In Psyche K, Psycho is trying to flash his wealth in front of Psyche and friends by getting driven to school. I think it's driven. It's actually telling me to do a correction.
Okay.
Driven to school. He stops the car in front of them and rolls down to the window, trying to insult them for being poor, but feels a cold air and decides to roll the windows up, then leaves. What? Have you seen this?
I've seen a little bit of Psyche K, but I've not seen this scene. But as silly as it sounds when you type it out, I can imagine if, it just has funny timing and animation to it, it probably is pretty funny.
All right, I have two examples. So for me,
I knew where these examples were going to come from.
You didn't know anything, Caroline.
Yes, I
Yes,
did.
You think
When I
you
thought,
know me?
What does Mitsuki think is funny? And I thought about this immediately.
I thought, what does Mitsuki think is funny? I'm just kidding. I will come through this microphone and bitch slap you. Okay, so Azumanga Daioh. I used to watch this when I was like a kid. I think it's fucking hilarious when that cat always bites Miss. Oh shit, what's her fucking name? Oh no, have you seen Azumanga?
Embarrassing, Mitz. No, I haven't.
Okay, well, you know.
So much awkward silence.
Azumanga Daioh, cat bites Miss Sakaki. So I'm gonna play this clip, and you can watch it on the screen, and you'll see if you think it's funny.
Well, I have a lag, so I'm not
That's
sure
okay.
if I'll be able
It's okay. So
Okay.
let's see if you think this is funny. You watching? Here we go. I'll get the audio up here.
Well, I can't hear it either.
It's okay.
強い日の下で暑くないのかな
She's standing in front of the cat. Did you think that was funny?
I don't really. Okay. Oh yeah, and then she bites her hand.
And then, like, later on, she's walking down the street again, and she sees the same cat, and she's thinking about it. She's like, I don't know if I want to try to pet. She loves cats. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, you kind of had to be there. You see how that works?
Yes, I see how it works. And I think if I was actually watching it with audio, it would be funny. Because one thing I didn't even think about putting on for my answer, something similar, is in Nichijou. And I don't really even watch Nichijou, but I've seen clips of it. And when the one character goes to pet the dog and the dog bites her hand, and then she just suddenly blasts into like a nuclear bomb. That is so freaking funny, and I love it. So that was definitely on my list. Practically anything that Anya says in Spy Family, because I love her voice actress so much. And I know you hate it because you hate the English dub, but I listen to the sub, and it's so freaking funny.
People just sucked on Spy Family's penis so much. I was like, I expected it to be so amazing, and then when I watched it, it was fine. But I'm like, I don't understand why this is like the best ever. Like, I don't know.
I know, it's just something about it. It's so charming and so fun. So yeah, basically any scene with Anya. And then there's a particular scene in Skullface Bookseller Honda-san that I love when he's trying to explain to a foreigner what doujinshi is. And so he settles on saying, special yaoi book in broken English. And oh God, it's so funny. And then the exorcism scene in Don Don Season 2. Which I don't know if you watched.
I did watch it. Yeah, they're trying to exercise with like the
rock band.
Yeah.
And they're just headbanging throughout it.
Yeah, I generally like Dawn to Dawn pretty well. So because you don't necessarily have, I don't know that you've seen this scene from Golden Boy or not. I'm gonna play it.
This is what I expected you to put.
I'm gonna play it just for you, so you can see it.
Oh, how sweet!
Oh, my beautiful queen's throne. This is where she sits. But I mustn't think about it.
He's on a toilet right now.
I can't stop.
Yep.
Oh yes, my queen.
He's rubbing his face on it.
I love you. Oh, my queen.
He hits the bidet button.
Oh, you're so naughty.
Spraying him in his face.
I got my queen again. Oh yeah.
And then the woman's right behind him. Yeah. Yeah. Golden Boy is so funny. Golden Boy to me is exactly the humor that I want in every capacity, and to me, it is truly the funniest anime that there is to me. And I will never. I could watch it on loop for the rest of my life. That's how much I love Golden Boy. I don't know why. I just do. And if you don't agree with me, that's okay. But you're wrong. All right. All right. So that was the mailbag. Do you have any others, Caroline?
Oh, there's plenty of others, but it's hard to like think off of from the top of my head. But I love comedy when in anime. It's good.
Sozo says, not particularly this scene, but I do love Golden Boy. You damn liar. You're lying. Okay? All right, everyone's going to go to the swimming pool scene, which everyone loves, and it is great. But I once bought a $500 anime cell of Kentaro Oe cleaning the toilet in this exact scene with the brush. And he's like blushing, while he does it because he's a perv. And I said to Pancake, I'm going to put this anime cell up in the bathroom. It's going to be beautiful. She said, no fucking way. Actually, I think it was only a $300 anime cell. So instead, I went and I bought the one that's hanging up behind me on the wall. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go buy a $700 anime cell. So I went and bought an even nicer one. And I sold the bathroom one. But it hurt me to do it. All right. Too much information. All right, now we're going to review this anime, Fate Strange Fake. And okay, listen. I'm going to be forthright with you. This is going to be a terrible review.
Yikes.
And the reason why is there's two reasons. One is because the Fate fandom is so rabid and out of its fucking mind that, like, unless I had spent the last 4 months writing, like, 5 theses with complete, like, professor defense, getting my master's degree in Fate, like, they will never be satisfied with the amount of knowledge I actually possess on Fate. I understand this. Caroline, you and I are both fucked. You have not seen Fate before.
Oh, me especially.
They're like, oh, excuse me, but in 1977, there was an anime that no one's heard about where Saber actually had red hair. It's like, I don't care, okay? I'm just telling you, I know that's how people are. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't understand a goddamn fucking thing that happened in this whole season. So, I did watch it, but just letting you know. So, there is a new Holy Grail war that is emerging in a town called Snowfield, which is in Nevada, which is pretty funny because there's no snow, where mages from around the world summon servants, also known as heroic spirits that are from history, and they'll fight on their behalf. But this war seems to differ from previous ones. Most of the participants don't know, but this conflict is actually a fake Grail war. There exists another 7 sets of true servants who are summoned to fight in the genuine Holy Grail War, with hidden agendas, unpredictable forces, blah, blah, blah. So, Snowfield is turning into a battlefield. Wow. So, by A1 Pictures, which is different than, I believe, previous Fate
isn't
shows.
it usually ufotable?
Yes, it is.
I don't know if people are saying UFO table or ufotable. I always think ufotable because it flies off the tongue very well.
Well, I say UFO table because I don't care, but see, the funny thing is that, like, to me, and this is based on a light novel. So to me, one of the things about, so I will say that for people that want to, like, be elitist with the Fate crap is that I have seen Fate Zero. I've seen Fate Zero Season 2. I've seen Fate Unlimited Blade Works, and I've also seen, there was one other that I saw. So I've seen most of these. And my understanding about the Fate stuff is that one of the reasons why people love this series, other than the fact that they're just like, the Fate fandom is rabid as fuck, is because it was animated impeccably from UFO Table to, like, a cinematic extent. Like, there were sections of Fate Zero that looked so incredible that you were sure you were watching, like, a movie in the theater. But it was just one random episode of the anime. I will say this season of this anime looks pretty good, but I don't know if I'd go that far. So, I'm sure we'll get into it. Caroline, you have never watched Fate before.
No,
This
never consumed anything from the Fate franchise.
This is like the 7th Fate series or something.
I know. So when you were rattling off what you have seen, but you've also said that people are going to be like, oh, Mitz, you don't know anything about Fate because that's all you've seen. I'm like, that's all you've seen? You've seen like 3 seasons of this stuff. Right. So yeah, I've never seen any of it. Raggedy knows a little bit more about it. I don't know how much he's seen. So he was basically insisting that I ask him anything that I need to know. He gave me some basic background about how the Fate franchise works. But even still, I had the Wikipedia page, I had the wiki, I had the ChatGPT up so that I can ask it specific questions. Even so, and I ended up like spoiling some stuff about the season for myself because while I'm trying to figure out the very basic answers, I end up spoiling some future stuff because I'm not sure if that's something that's already known or something that has yet to be revealed. Honestly, I didn't care too much, but just saying that I had to really work to get through these 13 episodes and understand a modicum of what was going on. But, when we decided that we were going to review it, I was somewhat interested in, finally getting an idea of what the Fate stuff was all about. But because I only knew very basic lore, I was pretty sure that was going to get lost already ahead of time.
Okay. Well, I don't think you're wrong in any way. I'm just surprised ChatGPT didn't did it like suddenly adopt. You know what you should have done?
What?
I'm so cruel to the listeners. I love you guys. I just feel like being an asshole, so I'm sorry. You should have told ChatGPT, tell me all about Fate, but do it in like the most elitist Fate Stay Night fanboy like voice of all time, and it would have been like, you know how it'll like modify the way it talks. It would have totally have done it. It would be so funny. Talk to me like I'm an idiot and act like you're a Fate Stay Night fan.
I will say that trying to the AI stuff is actually pretty convenient when we are trying to watch anime, and maybe we watch the first season, but it's been too long, and you're like, please explain the first season of the anime, what is important to know for season 2, etc. It's actually very convenient.
All right. So for me, like I said, I've seen most of this stuff, and to me, the Fate Stay Night stuff, it's one of the reasons why I think that the series is a little aggravating is because people get all like crazy about it, but it's really not a complicated show. You're pretty much just summoning a historical figure that always is massively powerful for some reason, even if they're like had no connection to combat in real life. And then you literally fight to the death to be the last man standing so you can make a wish. That's literally all it is. Not complicated. It's not that different than like even Dragon Ball. Like, oh, we're gonna fight in the world tournament and everyone's gonna fight, and if you win the tournament, you get $1 million. Like that's pretty much. It's not that complicated. The only difference is that like the animation is superb, and the dialogue is highly pretentious. So I pretty much knew what I was getting into when I watched this, but I generally like the Fate anime, so I expected it to be good. And I expected it to be pretty much the same as all the others, to be honest with you. So, now the question is, Caroline, the big moment. Did you even like this show? Do you even like Fate?
It's tough. I don't know if this was the best way to introduce me to Fate, because coming into it blind, like, the premise of the Holy Grail War in this season is that it's supposed to be atypical. But I don't even know a typical Grail War. So while I'm trying to figure out the basic facts about a Holy Grail War, I am now getting it confused with the unusual parts of this fake Holy Grail War. And I'm also trying to learn about classes and how those are, determined. And, like, some people are very recognizable, the servants. Others are not at all recognizable. And as you said, we have Alexander Dumas. And I'm like, he's not a fighter. So what's his ability? And so there's just a lot going on. There are, like, characters and then families of characters that were introduced before that I have no idea about who they are, what they've done, if they are significant. And again, my criticisms are entirely subjective, and I might feel differently if I've seen previous Fate anime, but even though there are some characters I really liked and the production was pretty good, I just couldn't really get invested in a lot of the fights, especially when not a lot gets accomplished by them. It just feels like they keep on churning out the fights, and by the end of it, it's like, okay, I'll fight you another day. It seems to happen a lot. And by the end of the season, it didn't even feel like the Holy Grail War has actually started, despite the amount of fights that has occurred. So for me, it was all right. Unfortunately, I don't know if I'll continue with the next season because I couldn't really enjoy it very much, especially when I'm just trying to keep up with the very basic plot. I don't know about Fate fans. Fate fans might be perfectly cool with this season. They might be super excited for the next one. But for me, I probably would have been better off with a different Fate series to get into this.
Well, okay. I mean, I can understand that. And also, I'm asking ChatGPT something.
And while you're doing that, there are a ton of characters in this show. There's a lot. And so while that does mean there are some characters I do really like, there are a lot of characters I do not like whatsoever. So that doesn't help it either.
All right. So basically, yeah. I asked ChatGPT how rabid of a fan base Fate Stay Night has, and it said it's one of the most intense, dedicated fan bases in all of anime and gaming. And then I asked it if the nerds are intense and angry. It said definitely intense in some spaces, and the angry part, some subgroups can get combative fast.
Combative?
Combative.
Are they going Excalibur?
They're literally like excuse me, but like Saber, but like blah blah blah. Like this is a berserker. Anyway, so sorry, everyone hates me probably now. So I feel about this anime the way I feel about Red Velvet Cake. I just came up with this. Yeah. So everybody else says that it's good. It's supposed to be good. When you're looking at it, it looks really good. But when I'm eating it, I just don't want it. And by that I mean
I don't relate, unfortunately.
Yeah. See, you like Red Velvet Cake, don't you?
Yeah.
I thought so. So.
Even a subpar Red Velvet Cake is cake, you know?
It's just like, I'm watching this anime, it looks really good. It's got very good action scenes. You get a high quality sense of appeal out of it. It's like, oh, this feels like a good anime. It feels like the production is well made, you know? But ultimately, this show just has too many problems for me. So I can't recommend it, and we'll get into this a little bit later. But for right now, my general musings are, Caroline, I don't know if you'll agree, but I thought this anime was boring. Pretty boring. There are reasons for this. First of all, the pacing. Oh my God. So brutal. I mean, 13 episodes long, but the first episode is an hour, right? Which they always do in Fate. Like, by the way, they always do this. I used to call it really pretentious. Because like, oh, we're so important that we need to have a whole hour first episode. It's like, no, you're just an anime.
Is it even it's like episode 0, so apparently it's not required watching, but I was watching it, I'm like, this seems like pretty important stuff.
Yeah, so like I feel like they used to just take the hour to introduce all the characters. And then they would start fighting and they'd start killing each other like immediately. This anime, they start introducing the characters, but there's so fucking many of them that it takes like the entire first season to get through them all. And I still don't know if they got to all of them because I'm losing count at this point. Come on. 14 servants and masters? That's 28 characters, people. How in the hell is anybody supposed to have the memory for that? How are you supposed to know all their stories? How are you supposed to even know how many are like left? I mean, I don't know. It's just too many. So I went on my anime.
On top of that, it's not even just the servants and the masters. There's also the whole freaking police department is involved right now. Plus, like, other people who are, like, on the outskirts of the war, like the people who are back in London, and they're invested in this. And I'm like, this is a frick ton of characters.
Yeah, so I went on my anime list, and I looked up how many characters there were in this anime. Because I'm thinking, it seems like a lot, right? And there are 57 of them. This anime has 57 named characters in the credits on my anime list. And Fate Zero had 31. Unlimited Blade Works had 25. So you're literally at double or even more than double the amount of characters that you have generally. And it's just too many. This anime is a lot like Clamp's X. I don't know if you've seen X, Caroline. It's kind of old.
No.
I think it's like a late 90s anime. X was this anime where there were two factions of people, the Dragons of Earth and the Dragons of Heaven. And in this anime, they basically fought in a war. I can't remember all the fine details about it, but they were fighting each other to determine like the fate of the world, and whichever team basically won determined the fate of the world. And they would go through, and it was a 26 episode show, and they would go through and they would take one character and they would spend the episode on that character, and they would introduce that character. And then they go to the next episode and they would introduce that character. And they were probably 16 or so characters. But all throughout the course of introducing them, they would kill them also. So like one character would be introduced, and this character would kill a character that you had already been introduced to during that episode, or the character that they had just introduced would be killed. Because they're killing them off while they're talking about them, while they're introducing them. And we'll get to more later, but like honestly, this anime just doesn't have the pacing for me to pay attention to. Also, they talk in fucking riddles this whole show. Like
they do a lot of riddles.
God, the amount of talking that makes no sense whatsoever is so obnoxious. Like some character would be like, "Oh, the fate of the world, the black veil is falling, and the rabbit in the garden is going to be captured," or some shit. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what? Like, that's how they talk in this show, and all they fucking do is talk the whole time. It's just endless. Mm-hmm. Even when they're fighting, they're talking, and it's so... "Oh, you are indeed a worthy opponent. And if I see you again in this life, then our paths shall surely explode into a combat of fire that will determine the fate of the world." And then they just go on and talk and talk and talk and talk, and then no one dies.
You should be a writer for Fate.
I mean, so it seems like you agree, but they just talk so much, and I swear to God, 90% of their dialogue makes no sense.
Yeah, I was a little confused. So at a certain point, I was just like, if it's important, they'll bring it up later.
Yeah, and when there's 57 characters, you can't keep track of who everybody is. I honestly, I'm not even kidding. I know about 3 characters' names, and that's it. Because there's just so many of them that I can't keep track of them all at all. Do you have any other things you want to say before we go into spoilers?
No, I think we're ready for spoilers.
If I have to make a recommendation, it would be that a really good entry point for this anime series is Fate Zero. It's just tighter. Like, it's just the pacing's better. They're having grandiose giant battles where characters die almost immediately, and there's a whole lot less to keep track of. I really think it's just easier. This show is just too difficult with 2 sets of everything. It just doesn't make much sense. Where's that spoiler drop?
Spoilers are coming. Oh my god.
If Raggedy Doctor was here, he would be like completely on the other side. He would be like explaining how we just don't get it. Probably.
No, Raggedy's not that much of an elitist.
Well, but he would be explaining. He'd be like, "Oh, well, actually it's like this and blah blah blah." I think my biggest problem with this show, Caroline, is that they just won't kill anybody off. Like, it's just
they really won't.
It's just...
I was like, wait a minute, they're supposed to be killing each other, right? Why do they keep on foregoing it for another day, for another fight? I'm like, just kill them.
Isn't like that what happens? Isn't that what happens in war? Like, they die? People die?
Yeah, like so in the previous Fates, what percentage of the people in this war die? Like, at first I thought, like, they all have to die, right?
Yep.
Except for the winner.
So...
And so far, yeah. What were you going to say?
In most of these shows, like Fate Zero, for example, pretty much everybody dies. You'll be left with a few at the end that are all facing off in, like, some last stand to determine who, is the winner or whatever, But the end is never how you think it is. Like, it's kind of like it's like watching Lupin the Third or something, where they never really get the treasure at the end, or like, you know, they decide that it's not worth it, so they leave it there or something. Like, nobody in Fate that I remember is ever like actually getting the Grail and being like, oh, I'm gonna become a god, or I'm gonna like become you know, worth $1 bajillion. It just never happens like that. It's always some like unexpected ending, or they decide that they'd rather destroy it, or they decide to not make a wish because it's bad, or the Grail is evil, or something like that. You know, it's something like that. Frieza never becomes immortal, and neither does Vegeta, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So nobody really dies. You can make the point that well, now we are really in spoilers. Flat gets sniped at the very, very end of the last episode, but I kind of doubt that he's actually dead.
Who the hell is Flat?
The annoying blonde kid.
Flat.
With Jack the Ripper.
Oh, yeah. Like the 19th blonde character that's in this.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of those. But yeah, I really disliked Flat. Oh God. Like at the beginning, he was just so annoying. He's like, I'm gonna make friends with all servants. And I'm like, oh, shut up. And it's obvious that he has like he's not actually, that is not his real personality. He's kind of putting on a front to a certain extent. And that kind of gets unraveled just a tiny little bit by the end of the season. So he did get a little bit more, like tolerable. But, and like to a certain extent, I am a little bit interested in what his deal is, but God, he is annoying. So yeah, he gets sniped at the end. But that's such a very sudden way to kill him when there does seem to be more that he is supposed to be involved with that we have not gotten to yet. And it does seem like a way to get people excited to see the second season, and they're probably going to revive him because that's just what happens in this show.
Let's take a look at all the masters they've got in this. So the first one is Gilgamesh, who honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, we should just make an anime of the Epic of Gilgamesh and call it a day, because it would make for some pretty good entertainment. But he's apparently a fake, which I'm like, what? Like, in every other, this guy is in every Fate anime pretty much, and he's usually the strongest or one of the strongest characters. But he's apparently a fake archer. I'm looking at the wiki right now, which is surprising.
Yeah, I was like, so is like, whether or not a servant is a fake or a true, whatever class they are, is that just random? Or is it like the first, I guess it's 6, because they didn't include the saber in the fake series, like the fake servants. So the first 6, I guess those would just be automatically fake, and then whoever was summoned after that point would be the true, I guess. So yeah. But I was thinking that same thing. I'm like, they have some really strong people being fakes, so.
It's just like, it's when they summon the servants, but like the method they use isn't perfect, so it's not the same as what they did in Japan. So I guess that's how they summon Gilgamesh, but I'm kind of like, it seems weird that you could summon the King of Heroes, Gilgamesh, through like the fake method. Like, that didn't make much sense. Then you have Lancer, who's Enkidu, who is another character from the Epic of Gilgamesh. And I don't know why he's a Lancer. Like, Enkidu, I don't know that he fights with a lance in the stories. He's more of a druid. He's like an animal. Like the gods make him out of clay and send him down to fight Gilgamesh because he's a tyrant. And like, he's very much like nature based. So they cover that in the show, but I don't know why he's a Lancer. Then the rider is the Pale Rider, so that makes sense. But he's a fake. Why are all the fake ones the ones that are cool? Then you get Castor, who's the annoying. God damn. I don't know how you felt about like Candy Cane Mouth, but I was just like, this guy's so fucking annoying.
I did not like it. And I try to look it up, like, what's the reason being that he has alternating white and red teeth? Like, is there something that points that explains that? There's absolutely nothing. apparently it's just because the writer thought it was cool. And I'm like, it's not cool. It's just really weird and gross.
And also, why is Alexander Dumas in here at all? Like, which does not belong? Gilgamesh, who's a demigod from like 5000 BC, Enkidu, who's a god made out of clay by the gods to challenge Gilgamesh, the literal fucking Pale Rider, who's essentially the Grim Reaper, or Alexander Dumas, who sat in some like castle and wrote books. Like who does not belong?
I know.
Okay.
Like, and it seems that the caster class is not typically very powerful, but I'm like, if I was part of this war and then whoever I summoned was caster, I'd be like, oh shit, I'm doomed.
Well, and caster's he was a bad guy in most of the series that I've seen. Like, there's usually some cat class that's like doing some horrible shit, and he's clearly evil, whereas everybody else is just trying to like fight for honor or some shit. So if you go back to Fate Zero, like, the caster is definitely a bad guy, and they even like gang up on him to take him out. The fake assassin is, I don't even, Hashashin. I don't even know who this is. And then the fake berserker is Jack the Ripper, which I think is really lame. Like,
I don't know. I kind of like Jack the Ripper. Unfortunately, I felt like, why am I rooting for Jack the Ripper? But I liked him.
Then the true servants are Saber, of course, even though I wish there wasn't a Saber because I was so tired of it. Who's the King of England, Richard. And in most of the Fate shows, Saber is that blonde girl you see with the armor, and she is
King Arthur.
King Arthur, and
yeah,
I always thought it was weird. Like, they keep referring to her as a king, and I'm like, king by its definition is male. Like, she'd be queen.
So I did look
that.
up the details of that whole thing. Apparently, she portrayed herself as a man throughout her reign, but was actually a woman.
I mean, is King
because
Arthur
like
even
they
a real
wouldn't
human?
accept a leader, so she pretended to be a man.
Okay, then we have the true archer, who is Alcides. I don't know who this is. Yeah,
Is that
sure.
Hercules? That the Hercules is alter ego, basically.
Maybe. But I'm like, let's see. Let me see. Alcides. One of the most, the corrupted version of Hercules.
Yeah.
But like, why is Hercules a archer? He for sure would be like a berserker class, probably, I would think. Then the rider
I don't know.
is...
I think different figures have multiple varieties in classes depending on their legend. So he has the potential to become multiple, is what I can understand. Again, I did a lot of Googling.
Yeah. So let me run. I'm on for the true rider now. I should have put these up on the screen already. Hippolyta. I don't know.
Hippolyta.
I
She's
don't
like
know.
one of the queen of the Amazons. I thought she was cool. Needed more of her.
I've never seen her before in the show, but let me see. Who else we got? We got the true caster is Francois Prelati, which has got to be one of the lamest picks. Yeah. So I don't know. An Italian cleric, like, wow, that's who we picked. Like, who gives a fuck?
Well, it's supposed to be the previous life of that Francesca girl. So they're basically like the same person. So that's why she summoned him.
Well, I don't know if that helps. Like, that Francesca girl was so annoying.
Oh God, I hated her. I hated her.
I like eating candy. Like, okay, great, fuck off. Yeah, True assassin is Hassan Sabah. I don't know who this is. The berserker is the robot guy. The true berserker, Huwawa, is just the robot guy.
I don't know who that is.
Well,
just robot.
And then the true watcher is Captain Ahab. So I really think that, like, some of these picks are just lame. Like, honestly, like, the best we could do is Captain Ahab, for real. Like, I'd be so pissed how pissed would you be if you were like fighting to the death for your life, and you're like, oh, I must have the Holy Grail for whatever reason, and I am, I'm probably, and if I don't win this, I'm gonna die, be killed, and then like some random person is summoning, like, let's see, let me pick a good one here. Someone summons the fucking Pale Rider, Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and you literally get Captain fucking Ahab. How pissed are you gonna be?
So, with the whole Watcher thing, I don't think that's like an actual, because wasn't that whole thing about they are not the kid Sigma's? It's not his servant, but he shall become the true Lancer or something like that while still living. And I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. He's on a heroic spirit. He's a kid. So how is he becoming the true Lancer? And what is the Watcher? And why is it not a servant? And
yeah, I don't know, but like, yeah, if I summoned Francois Prelati, an Italian cleric, and someone else gets fucking Gilgamesh, that's like Battle Royale, that manga where they send kids out into like the jungle to kill each other, and they give you a random bag with a random weapon in it, and one guy gets like an Uzi, and the next guy gets like a dinner fork. Like, that's literally like what happens in that manga. And then the guy with the Uzi just mows down the dinner fork guy the minute he leaves the tunnel to go out into the jungle. If you pick Francois Prelati eating fucking gummy worms out of a jar, and someone else picks fucking Gilgamesh, king of Uruk, who literally like was so powerful
to rain down swords.
Yeah, the gods didn't even want to take him on directly, so they literally send like another being that they create to deal with him. That's how powerful he is. You're not gonna be pissed. I'd be pissed. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is what I get. And then anyway. So yeah, that's it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know what the deal with the Watcher is, because like I said already, the anime is it just moves too fast. It moves really fast and at the same time really slowly, because it's just so boring. But at the same time, there's so much information that it's impossible to keep up. It's like, holy fuck, you're killing me with this.
So I also wrote down, like, it just felt like there was way too much stuff going on. And no matter, like, in breaking down each little plot point, it gets more complicated. And you're trying to keep up with all that, but not enough stuff is getting done. So you're constantly getting, like, all of these issues are constantly getting added to, and I am struggling to keep up, and they keep complicating things even more. And at this point, I don't really even care about Ayaka's issues, because I don't get it. I don't know what's going on with her, who this Little Red Riding Hood person is, who Ayaka is, even in general, because even she doesn't know. Why does she look like this other girl? Why is this other girl in Romania, of all places? And just when we were finally going to get something settled, an answer to a question of anything, freaking Flat gets assassinated. So I'm just very frustrating.
Yeah. I would really encourage you to go, if you like the premise of this, I would encourage you to go back and watch Fate Zero. I really think it's simpler and a lot more polished, and it looks better. Like, it just does. Like, there's no doubt. But yeah, we're not reviewing Fate Zero. But
it's not an impossibility. It's just, I don't know when I'll get to it. And just because he flashed up on your stream, because you're playing the PV. Jester. God, I hate Jester.
Jester, which one is that?
The Dead Apostle, the vampire guy.
Here's fucking, what's his name with his teeth? Like, Jesus. You're killing me, bro. Jester.
He's blonde guy number 3000. Or no, was it white-haired, actually? He's a Shiro.
The vampire guy?
Yeah, the vampire guy. Yeah, he's white-haired.
He's a Jester? I just thought he was this guy.
No, his name is Jester.
Wow, there's a shot of him sticking his tongue out. I'm trying to get it. There, how's that?
I hate it so much.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, honestly, I feel sort of. I think we've given the whole premise. I mean, basically, the anime is essentially just a battle royale. They just have to be overly pretentious and informative about it. It's the same way I feel about JJK. The way I'm rewatching Jujutsu Kaisen with Pancake, and we're almost through the first season, and it's a lot more manageable in the first season. But like that anime also gets to the point where it has so many characters with all that have their own backstories, and they tell you every single one of them, and I just honestly can't keep up. It makes me feel really stupid, to be honest with you. But yeah, if I looked up Jujutsu Kaisen, like season 2, I mean, it's probably got like 100 characters. Like I'm gonna pull it up. I'm actually gonna do it.
But yeah, so I have already rattled off the characters that I mostly just like being Francesca, Juster, and Flat. But I did like Saber. I just found his character very fun, and I liked him. Jack is interesting, mostly because I expected him to be somebody I do not want to root for, being Jack the Ripper, but, I guess he's more like a bastardized version of the lore, like the legend, so he doesn't even know who he is, kind of thing. The wolf, there hardly got any of the wolf. I just liked seeing Doggo on screen. And the fact that he is a master somehow. But I still don't get why and how. But still, I liked him. And
so I got that part, actually. Because Enkidu would never agree to having a human as a master. He would much rather have like a wolf or an owl or something like that, because he is made of the earth. His whole body was formed of clay. And given life by God, so he's very much like tree hugger style. Now, why is there a wolf with enough magical energy to summon him? I don't know, but that's...
Or I guess, like...
It is what it is.
More specifically, the wolf, I think they called him a chimera, so maybe he was infused with magic or something.
Well, and maybe that's why Enkidu is a fake, because, like, he was summoned by some random way, but... Then I'm also like, this is kind of weird. Like, why would such powerful beings like Enkidu and Gilgamesh be summoned with the improper format, or whatever, stylings, or whatever the word is? Also, JJK season 2, 75 characters. How in the fuck is anybody supposed to follow that? So I know I'm just dumb, and everybody else can do it for some reason, but I'm like, wow, it's too much. So ultimately, like, I think this anime is really going to be quite good for people who really like to sink their teeth in, take notes, watch it 5 times, learn all the lore, get really invested, get a fucking thesis paper written, all this shit, and then you'll really love it, and then it's going to have some cool action, and they're probably going to start killing each other in the second season. But with this many combatants, like, it's probably going to take a while. I wouldn't be surprised if it has like 3 seasons, but... Yeah, it just wasn't my stuff. It wasn't my speed, and I found myself really bored and really having to binge it. But honestly, this is a show where if you're not binging it, I don't know how you'd even get it, because it's like, how could you get this spanning it over 3 months? Like, you're just gonna like not remember anything that's going on.
Not to mention, episode 0 came out like 2 years ago, and episode 1 came out a year ago or something like that. It was just such a weird start to this season. But yeah, it was just a lot of work for me to watch. And again, that's because I've never seen Fate. But at the end of the day, it wasn't exactly the most fun watch for me. Although I did like some of it. It's just, it was a lot of work.
Well, sure, the production is great. Like, I think it looks great. Hiroyuki Sawano does a bunch of the music, and it's obviously very good. So there is good thing. The action is good, and everybody has like an interesting power. Like, I love watching an assassin rip a dude's heart out. Like, all this is very cool. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, it's just too slow. And man, and honestly, this was presented in the most consumable format possible. It was on Crunchyroll, and it's dubbed, and it's only 1 core. And I'm like, okay, well, 1 core dubbed Crunchyroll, that's the easiest way to do it. Like, there's no easier way to watch a show, and it was still pretty rough to get through. I was watching it like while I was at Hotworks. I watched it while I was weightlifting. I watched it while I was cooking breakfast. I'm just trying to get through this. But man, pretty tough. I sometimes rate shows based on how much enjoyment I got out of them, because I don't really know why else we're watching anime at all other than the enjoyment level. And to me, this show isn't even like close to the rewatch of JJK that I just did. There's no fucking way I'm watching season 2 of this. I guess maybe if it gets picked somehow, and like I'll end up watching it probably because I'm the only one that's seen the first season. But I'm gonna shock the world, and I'm just gonna give this like 2.5 fake servants out of 5. Not enjoyable. Too much. It's just too dense. Not for me, unfortunately. So, Caroline.
Yeah, my score is definitely supported mostly by the quality of the animation and the music, and I liked some of the characters. And there is some interesting stuff going on. It's just there's too much, and it's also mixed in with uninteresting stuff. And yeah, unfortunately, I just ended up not caring too much about what happens in this show. So I don't know. I'm kind of going back and forth between scores, but yeah, I'm gonna have to mirror you, and I'll give this 2.5 Excalibur out of 5. I was thinking about 3. I was thinking about giving it a 3, but at the end of the day, did I really, really love this show? Not really.
I think there's a lot to be said about, like, also just having too many characters. I'm going to say it again. I don't see how you can give the proper attention to all of them when you just have that many. And, yeah, it's just too much, ultimately. I much prefer a show like Hunter x Hunter or something where they do arcs and the characters come in and they go out. But you have the staples, you have Gon, you have Killua, etc. But then like they'll bring in the basket of villains for the arc the way Dragon Ball does, and then they'll deal with that, and then they'll move on, and people leave, and they bring in new people, and that way you're not having to juggle too much at once. It's the way this is just done is just not right. But okay, let's see here. What are we doing next week on the podcast?
We are reviewing Journal with Witch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Gonna be fun.
Oh, wow. We did how did we even come up with this? The 45th episode of the podcast's topic was predicting the state of anime in 10 years. That would have been in 2010 probably. So there people wow, how'd you guys even come up with this?
I didn't. It was already on the schedule when I went in to check it.
So you guys are going to go back and predict and see how our predictions about anime from 10 years ago actually went. And I think that's an amazing and cool idea, because honestly, you'd have to stick around and do this for that long to even be here to do it. So
yeah, I have no clue what those predictions were, so this is going to be interesting.
I think that's really cool. So don't forget to go to Anime Club. You want to help out Caroline because she misses you.
I need friends. I'm lonely.
On the 27th of May, which is giving you plenty of time, they're going to watch anime shorts. So you're going to be able to come bring stuff to the table. You're going to want to...
No homework necessary.
Yeah, and you're going to want to watch comedy. You're going to want to watch, some of the short Ghibli things. Like, oh, man, there's a lot of good short stuff. 9 o'clock Eastern p.m. on Wednesday. Prime time, baby. What else are you doing? Sitting around watching YouTubers, blah, blah, blah. Go hang out on the Discord. AAADiscord.com. That's right. And Caroline, you were very enjoyable today. It's nice to see you.
Bits. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I'm so appreciative. Okay, and so now we're going to do a Hobby Addicts episode. So if you subscribe to the podcast on Patreon, you'll get that. And if you don't, we'll see you next week. Take care.
See ya.